Welcome to the Motivated Martial Arts Podcast. Your hosts, Jackson White and Gavin Cook, have been friends and Taekwondo training partners for over 40 years. This podcast will bring you a mixture of their life stories, martial arts, and business experiences to motivate you in life and throughout your martial arts journey. Adding in a mixture of inspiring interviews and some of the best traditional martial artists around today. So over to your hosts, the Motivated Martial Artists.
Welcome to the Motivated Martial Artists podcast with me, Gavin Cook.
And me, Jackson White.
And today we have a man on the show who needs no introduction. It is the legend, Alfie the Animal Lewis. Hello, Alfie. Great to have you on the show. I know I've been trying to pin you down for a long time.
Hi, guys. My pleasure.
Great. Nice to have you on the show at last, Alfie. Looking forward to hearing some of these awesome stories that we know you've got.
Let's hope we don't disappoint you.
Okay, Jackson, do you want to fire off with the first question?
Yeah, sure. So, hey, again, awesome to have you on the show. I know when I was growing up, you were one of my childhood heroes, watching you fight in some of the martial arts spectacular events. So, for our listeners, Alfie, can you just give us a bit of an introduction to yourself and really want to understand a little bit about your background, where you grew up, what sort of schooling you did, and how you got into martial arts?
Okay. I started martial arts when I was 7 years of age. But first of all, I was doing boxing because my father, who's African, but he's African. So I thought I'm African heritage. And he was in the English Army, father, and he was boxing champion of the armed forces.
Okay.
So as a consequence, I done boxing, and my mother got divorced from my father and married again to another guy, a Norwegian guy, and he was champion boxer in Norway. So boxing was part of the family, you see, all the way along. So I joined boxing as a professional gym. I was like 7 years of age. My first experience of it was a guy called Billy Mack, very famous in Liverpool, as a coach. So I go to this gym with my friend Ralph. God bless, he's dead now. So let's see, Billy Mack, the first thing he does, he takes us to this park called Sefton Park. And it's a famous park. It's 2.8 miles around. It's like Africa. You get lost. It's like Africa. See, we're in this Rugby Lions. You know the old Rugby Lions?
Yeah. The old Del Boy vehicle.
So we didn't just get the lift to the park. He arrives to the park. He says, "Yo, get out." So he gets out. And he drives off. He says, "See you around the corner." Around the corner was 2.8 miles. And what it was, we used to jog around this park. But at some stage, it went inwards on the main road. So we're lost now. We're lost, right? Not know where we are. And we lost for 2 hours. That was the first experience of boxing, was getting lost. But I'll tell you what, though, besides that, it was a fantastic experience. The first time I went there, I was sparring right. Last time we sparred as a 70-year-old kid. But all pros, all men, very few, well, 2 kids there, really men. So you learn quite. I never learned to be an amateur boxer. I learned to be a professional boxer by watching these guys and the work ethic. And that work has fared across all my life. I've always trained like a boxer and I'm a martial artist. Always use the boxing principles of conditioning and fitness. And that was one of the most.
I bet you could still remember that smell, can't you? You know how these old sweaty spitting sawdust boxing gyms used to smell back in them days. When I know you can remember these vivid memories of your childhood, can't you?
It was vile, but in a good way. You can smell the ligaments, you smell the sweat, and what it was the second story of this warehouse. So as you hit the bottom, the main door. It'd be all dark going up, these stairs straight up. Then all of a sudden, you see a light when the door's open. So it's like darkness. It's like being born. It was fantastic. We're only a small place. It was the same size as a living room, or 2 living rooms. And it was just I don't forget, at the same time, Muhammad Ali was king. Muhammad Ali was, and he was a bigger inspiration for me. That's why when I fought, I'd like to be feet for a person my weight. I want to be like Ali. So I use him as a a pace to emulate as far as movements, and he gave me my movements I have done. Obviously, Bruce Lee was a big influence. But anyway, after boxing, I then moved to judo. I still do. I cross-trained. It's mixed martial arts. I've done mixed martial arts all my life. And we all have what we call it MMA. MMA to me is madness in a sense. I love it. The ferocity, but at the same time, I'm not happy that people get damaged so much. Because to sustain that much damage in your head is going to affect you at some stage. It's going to affect you. Because you can't get pounded with elbows and knees, bone on bone, all the time, and not suffer some sort of consequence along the line. That's just my opinion.
Sure. So how often? So you did your boxing, you did judo. How long did you do your judo for?
4 years.
Okay. And did you get into any competitions on the judo side?
Well, in judo, you had to actually compete for your bond. It was called a bond.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we had Neil Adams on. You know the Olympic judo player Neil Adams.
Nice guy.
And he was saying the same. Yeah, really, really nice guy. He was saying the same. You know, in each grading, you've got to actually compete in your gradings to get to the next bout. So you've got to put the application in, not just the theory side. You've actually got to be able to demonstrate you can do those moves against an opponent.
Yeah, you have to go to tournaments. And don't forget, judo back in the day. Judo now was terrible. It's throw and pin. When I got taught it, you had locks, and you had chokes, you had all kinds going on. It was like jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun. It was like proper self-defense these days. It's sport. And like any sport that gets in the Olympics gets destroyed. That's a whole different conversation. But maybe for part 2, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But then when I moved on to jiu-jitsu, and it was a place in Liverpool, the bottom of my street, by the way. So it was a place called Skylers, famous place, one of the oldest jiu-jitsu clubs in Great Britain. And the guy who opened it, I forget his name, Japanese guy, he was the first guy to start the grading system as such. One of the first guys to start that. So it had good heritage. And I went down there. The first time I went down there, it was in a basement. It was in a basement, get this, in a basement. And it stunk. It was fantastic. It was really good. I went to the dojo or a gym where you walk in and you can smell the atmosphere as opposed to smell beer. These days, I get it. It's a business. So everyone's like, it's all clean, all this. I don't like that. I want to wear piss. That's my mentality. So anyway.
Yeah, concrete floor, basement of a pub with a concrete floor. They were the old dojos, weren't they?
Yeah, they were, and they were great because you got thrown, right? You learned how to fall. But this jiu-jitsu guy, he's Skyler's name was. He used to challenge anybody. It's 1970s. You could beat him, get £100. And I was down there one day, and this guy could walk in, and he smashed him to bits. To prove to me it worked. It worked. I gouged all kinds. It was just now. Jiu-jitsu now is a sport. It's a sport. I get that. I have no qualms about that. But I like the way it was. It was raw, effective, and it was nasty. Now it's clean. It's pleasant, and we shake hands. Bollocks. You're in the streets, right? The idea is to survive. And you dying and me living. That's how it's going to be. Not going. And all this thing about lock, people put a lock. A lock. Who puts one in a lock? You put one in a lock. You got to keep it in a lock. And yet, with the street fights, puts one in a lock, trying to keep it. They wriggle. You can't keep a lock on. You break them. You break them. Don't hold a lock. I've had many street fights, loads, but not fights because Yes, excuse me, guys. I jump quite a lot from each thing, right? So stay with me, okay?
No, we're with you. Don't worry, and our audience will be as well.
I've been in loads of street fights. I used to work on the doors for 20 years, 25 years. So it worked. But the most effective tool was I boot them in the head. And I kick in the head, they'll go out. They weren't getting flip-flops. They get the steel bar across the head with the leg. Because when I first started to do karate or that kind of stuff, again, I'm jumping, I apologise.
Yeah, that's what. So what? Just quickly then. So your judo and your jiu-jitsu. What year did you get into your karate? What year was that?
Well, it all crossed over. all crossed over. So I was doing all the 70s because I was so, when I see Bruce Lee, 73.
Yeah.
Before that, I was boxing. I did judo. See Bruce Lee, that was it. I wanted to kick people in the head. So that's when I started doing we kick forms, we punch forms. But jiu-jitsu, real jiu-jitsu is the big deal. Not this stuff today. Again, I apologize if I seem like I'm not happy with it. But it's just what I think it's not really a fight now anymore. It's a sport, and everything can become a sport to survive and become popular. And that's, I get that, but I'm into reality.
Even so, I suppose the thing is, Alf, you're back from the. I know we said we won't call it the old days, but you're from the era, from the good days when martial arts were martial arts. And I think sometimes when you've come from that background, it's very difficult to see how things are these days. You know, we live in a total different society where the martial side of it has pretty much gone, and it's just really about a lifestyle activity or a sport, isn't it?
I get that. I respect that. Everyone's got a choice. But what I always say, right, is it fit for purpose? And what I'm saying with that, if your purpose is to get fit and go for sport, then all well and good. But if your purpose is to learn to defend yourself and protect yourself over someone trying to bite your nose off or gouge your eyes out, then you do the wrong thing. You get what I'm saying? So, no way it's bad. All I'm saying is, don't drop the word martial and say sport. I'm with that. But I got taught martial arts this way. The guys taught me. They taught, and before I started martial arts, I had loads of fights in school, so I could fight. I wasn't an issue. So I didn't go to martial arts to learn to fight. I went there because I seen Bruce Lee and wanted to be like Bruce Lee. And that's the fact. People who decry Bruce Lee are just contemptuous pigs. The guy was artistic, and he was a philosopher. And his movies, Enter the Dragon, if you watch that properly, there's so many philosophical points in it. It's incredible, as opposed to punch and kick. The philosophical points from that movie are just brilliant. And if you get to a stage in life, you see it. You see things. I read books. My main book is Go Read No Show, which means Book of Five Rings by Musashi, the greatest samurai in Japan, and The Art of War by, you must know, yes, go on guys, help me out, jump. No,
I'm not.
Yeah, I know The Art of War.
Yeah.
When I was in the military, we had to read that.
Exactly, there you go, okay. And The Art of War, it's in Wall Street. It's all these businesses are The Art of War.
Yes, yeah. We'll take a lot of the teachings from it, and you can apply it into all sorts of different industries. Exactly. Whether you're into business development, whether you're into sales, marketing, growing a business, because it's about understanding. You know, the key philosophy: understanding your enemy and how he's thinking and breaking all those techniques down.
I love you, by the way. You're the guy. Get him off now.
I'm off.
Well, he's never been in the army. That's why he's a bit soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I done martial arts to become a better fighter. But what I've done, and you bear with this, if you guys have ever been fighting before you do martial arts, when you start martial arts, you become a worse fighter because you do things that aren't natural to your body. You do punches and kicks. You're not meant to kick someone in the head. You're not meant to get your leg above your head. You're not meant to punch straight. You're not meant to ki, that kind of garbage. But it's effective. But what I apologize to the garbage, not garbage, right? I respect all martial arts. But from a reality perspective, it has no point. It has no value. Martial arts has value. You get it. You learn it and you adapt it, then it becomes effective. But if you follow the rules of martial arts, you get ass kicked in the streets.
Yeah, most definitely. You
agree, yeah? You've been in the army, you understand that. The other guy won't. He won't understand that. We'll live with that.
That's what happens when you live in a little sleepy Yorkshire village, you see. The worst thing we need to worry about is knocking someone's dominoes over when you go out on Saturday night.
let me say to you, right, to never have a fight in your life is the best thing you can do. You should never glorify violence. You do it. You agree with that, yeah? You agree with that? Balance is
yeah, most definitely. It's the last resort always, isn't it?
Yeah, it destroys lives.
Should always be the last resort.
Yeah, always be the last resort. Oh, sorry, go on.
So talk us through then, Alfie, when you started getting onto, you're well known for being a great competitor. So talk us through some of the first freestyle competitions that you started taking part in and how those went for you.
Well, the very first one was late to you, we learned to fight as opposed to sport, and all of a sudden we went to sport as a bout. I'd done boxing matches, I'd done judo matches, I'd done some karate, but I had no freestyle stuff. So all of a sudden I do Lao Kung Fu. So we see through takes me up to I think 13 or 14 it was. That's how long it was before I actually got involved on that field. We go down to Leeds. In Leeds, I'm only a kid. Now, here's how bad it was, right? We're wearing Kung Fu shoes to fight. Kung Fu shoes.
The old Bruce Lee Kung Fu slippers. Yeah, I remember them. I used to walk around the village in them back in the day.
And slippers everywhere, right? So they were hard as hell. And we had no pants on. We had nothing, no groin guard, no gum shield, and no tops. There was a whole Enter the Dragons bollocks. But I got to the finals, and I had my sister there, my two sisters, and my stepfather there, Harry, and they were going crazy, cheering me on. And I won, but I fought a guy, I'll give a mention, a guy called Vince Watt from Leeds. And he's older than me. He's older than me by a mile. He's older than me. And he had a big beard. And he's much smaller than me. Boy, could he fight. And he wants to kill me. He didn't want to score points. He was about killing people today. So I survived, I don't know. But I was tall for the age. I've always been, from the age of 14, 15, I've always been 6'1". I never changed. And that's always been my size. So I was quite tall. And also as agile and as fast as you could. So I had a knack because of the boxing and evading stuff in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, then when I did martial arts, as I said before, I found it easy to see the truth because you wasn't scared of getting hit. And you watch martial arts, is getting hit in the mouth, breaking the teeth or breaking the nose. That fear stops them becoming an apex fighter. If you fear getting hurt, then you're not going to get nowhere. What are you going to do?
You'll never be a good fighter if you're scared of being hit.
The only fear we have, right, is fear of losing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it goes. And if you get that, like Mike Tyson said one time, he said, before I get in the ring, I'm terrified. I don't want to go in the ring. I'm terrified. When I get in the ring, I change to a different animal. And he's right. You guys compete, right? And before you walk onto the arena, the nerves kick in. Once you're on the mat, all different animal. Just go for it. But you haven't got the nerves.
No, it's interesting you say that, Alfie, because when I left the military and got back into martial arts after 16 years, and
your dad's a great fighter. Your father.
Oh, cheers.
Seriously.
And I got in. I had very limited flexibility, but I could fight, and because I wasn't scared of getting hurt. Because at the end of the day, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? I'm going to get knocked out. Well, that ain't going to kill me, is it? No. As I got better, I got into the national teams and started becoming quite good. Got a bit of a reputation for being a good fighter. I started getting nervous before fights. I'm thinking, why the hell am I nervous? It wasn't because I was scared of getting out there and fighting. It was the scared of getting out there and not performing or, probably losing to somebody bad, because I haven't got my head in the game for that particular day. So it was a different type of, I would say, fear. Of course it's fear because you're nervous and you don't, but it's not fear of being hurt or getting hit. It's fear of losing, which is, I think, even worse.
Exactly. I fought a guy called Steve Nasty Anderson.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, yeah.
I remember. Yeah, me and Jackie were around in them days when you used to fight these awesome fighters.
Okay, well, I fought him. Steve, I used to watch Steve. Steve was WACO world champion 4 times. I was the same. So I wanted to fight this guy. I've been watching since 83. I watched him from. And we used to go to every World Championships and we'd fight in our light heavyweight, he was heavyweight, and watch him. But while I was doing it, I bought a camcorder. And every time I went to World Champ, now I have an iPad. Every time I go to any championships, and you watch me, I've got an iPad in my hand. So I record everything. And with Steve, I was recording for years. And one time I was coming back from World Championships in Germany. I listened to Philly mention the story. I was sitting by myself in the airport with the old camcorder, like a thing you don't look down,
Yeah.
I had that. I was stuck there. So Clinton goes over to me and said, Justin Food. I said, no, I'm okay. So what you do? I said, watch this fight. I was watching Nasty, record, reverse. So when I fought eventually, I had them all tied down in my subconscious. I was that kind of person. And I've got much footage of my fights. I study martial arts. I study it. By studying it, you become it. By becoming it, you are it. By you are it, you become an apex martial artist as opposed to also run. So you've got to give your life to it. You've got to be absorbed in what you do. You've got to love it. You've got to feel it. You've got to. I never. I used to train like a madman. I trained too much, to say the truth. But that come from boxing. But I never, ever, not once to go training. And here's my concept. I have a board in a board. I write down my training regime for the day. I say training bag work, whatever I do. Each morning, right? Most times you train at 5 o'clock in the morning. I talk too fast, guys.
No, you're okay. No, it's okay.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I'm taking it. Yeah, you're okay.
We're good. We're just listening. You keep going.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So I used each morning, each night time before I went over for the dojo, I'd write down on the board tomorrow's circuit training, right? Because if I felt good, if I arrived in the morning, I feel bad. I might not do that kind of workout. If I arrived this day, the ego would not allow me to not do it. I had to do it. It's a fuck. That's what it was. My trick was, I'd have half a Mars bar, a 2.5 Mars bar for the sugar content, get a little high. And by the time it come down, I was into my session. That was how I got around it. But I used to go for runs in place called Stephen Park or my life station. And when I run down there, it's a very, very busy park. It's a lovely park to too. And when I run down there, you're never by yourself running. There's always someone in front of you or behind you. And my head was so competitive. If you were in front of me, I had to take over you. I couldn't.
Do you know? I'll tell you what, Alfie. Yeah, we should get together for a beer because we could talk about this for hours. I got to the stage, when I was running, I would only go out running 5 o'clock in the morning or about 11 o'clock at night when there was nobody on the streets, purely because I'd be training so hard, seriously. And I think I just need a light run. I just need a light run to lose the weight. And as soon as I'd pull up to you're running up to the top of the road, I'd see someone run past the T-junction, and I'd be like one of them hares, your ears pop up. Next thing, I've got to chase them down.
Okay, here's the worst part of that, Jackson. Right, it's called Jackson. Or do we call that? Sorry, I don't.
Jackson, Jackie, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, Jackson's good.
Okay, the worst thing when you take over them, they're behind you, and you're looking back. You create your own.
Let me say this one. I remember I was running once. I had a 20 kilogram weight vest on in my sauna suit. Oh. I was going out for one of those plods just to burn the weight, get the calories off. And I saw this big guy in front of me. I thought, all right, got to take him. So I took him, and I'm running and I'm puffing now, thinking I should be doing a light run. And I'm puffing with this 20 kilogram weight jacket on and my sauna suit. And I look round, and this guy's with me. And I thought, shit. So I've got to put the gas on again. So I put the gas on. And I'm running, I think, all right, he's going to drop off in a minute. And he's there. It ended up being one of the hardest runs I've ever been on.
So you created your own psychology. You created your own demons. And your demons are what make you great.
But the thing is, it's interesting because it's so well documented now. Obviously with social media and podcasts and audiobooks, and just how important it is to set goals. So whether you're a businessman or whether you're an athlete or wherever you are, the most successful ones are the ones that set daily goals, they set weekly goals, they set yearly goals, and they strive to achieve them. And it's interesting you saying that you used to have your board that you used to write your stuff down on before you used to go training to sort of set the scene, I suppose, for the next day for your training and to keep you accountable so that you know that, you're doing what you should be doing, not what your body feels like doing on that day.
Of course. See, I think the best fighters are sociopaths and psychopaths. Yeah. Because they did done a thing years ago, the government, about 20 years ago, that if we had a nuclear war, who would be the best people to bring us back? Those sociopaths, psychopaths, because they're driven. So therefore, all my students are sociopaths.
They've got no choice. If they're not, they're out.
Well, listen, I don't run a dojo. I run a dictatorship. That's the end of it. And you come to my dojo, right? I'm telling you the truth. You come to my dojo. I had one guy one time. Here's a story. Some guy, I'm teaching this night. This guy walks the door. He's looking. So he sits down behind the barrier. So I'm teaching, and this nugget wants to talk to me. I don't sell myself. They want to join, they join. So I go over to him. Sorry, guys. He's a client. I apologize. Okay. To me, he's a student. So okay, always a student. Never a client. Never a customer. He's a student. That's that concept. That concept keeps things in the right context. Yeah. So anyway, he comes in. So he walks over after training, and he goes, "I want to join." So all right. Yeah, looks good. So here's how it works in my dojo. He said, "Go on." I said, "If I want to join, you'll join." He said, "Well, I'm going to pay." I said, "Shit, what the money is." I said, "If you come to my dojo and you don't fit in, you spoil what I've built. If people start resenting you or you resent them or issues come out, it's a family here. And you can't become a part of the family, then you're not going to join." He said, "I'll go somewhere else." I said, "Go on, goodbye. Get the hell out of the gym." I swore to you. I like profanities. I love profanities. I won't swear on this program, okay? I'll be nice. So I told him.
Only cut it out anyway, don't worry.
I told him, fuck off, you cunt. Okay. So he left me. He come back about a year. He said, "Can I join?" He got to other places and he just took the money off me, see. And that was it. But I get that also. You make a living. You make a living. So a lot of people compromise the integrity of the martial arts in order to make a living. I have no issue with that. But in my dojo, I can't do it. It's just built into me to be a certain way. And if I could, I think I'd be a lot better off. But I like money. You need money. But I don't. It's not an issue to me. It's not an issue. And because my mindset's not driven by money, I can stay loyal to me. I can be integrity intact.
Your own beliefs. No, that's important. You know, a lot of instructors, like you said, people do compromise. People do need to make a living, but it's about everyone's got to stand true to their own vision, haven't they?
Exactly. I know what I'll die the same way. I'll die telling people to fuck off out the gym. That's just the way I am.
It is funny because it's effectively a spectrum, isn't it? You've got the spectrum, and you've got some people at one end of the spectrum, which obviously is you, Alfie. The old, die-hard, old school instructor.
Stop that old school.
Sorry, die-hard, the good old days, right? but then equally, you get some people or some clubs which are at the other end of the spectrum, which is all about the money, and they're prepared to sell their gram for an extra student almost, and it's really just about getting people through the door. They don't really care about the art they're teaching anymore. All they care about is getting students in, teaching them another nonsense, and paying themselves at the end of the day. I think it's so important to find that ground where you sit happily, where you're still not compromising your integrity, and you're delivering a good service to those students.
See, we come back to fit for purpose. So if you go to a club which you want to socialise, you want to make friends, you want to say I'm a black belt, but you're basically a bag of shit, then that's okay. But you want to go to a club where you're going to get hit on a regular basis, you're going to get abused verbally, you're going to be broken down, you're going to be rebuilt, all that kind of stuff. Them clubs are very few and far between, but there is a space for both sides of the coin. Yeah. The guys make money because they're providing service in the sense of sorting out the house, get out the house, do the kickboxing, have a conversation, make friends. So I get that. But it doesn't work for me. For me, I say respect that. I do respect it. But for me, my students are my family. My students can phone me any time of night and say, boss, I've got an issue here. My first question is, where are you? And I get the crew, we turn up, we help them out. We're family. We don't just take there 3 times a week and train. We're family. And that's why we're strong. When you see us fight, if one gets something happens to one, we're all there. We're all there. And that's an important part because your page should be my page. Your beef is my beef. If it's not, then I'm just taking money off you. And we'll just communicate like an hour each, 2 times a week. I forget about you. Not like that. Our parents phone me and say to me, my son's being cheeky, have a word with him. I have a word with the kids. I'll go to the house. Have a word with the kid. And that's what it's about. So the ethos is different. The ethos is different. But again, guys, I've got to stipulate, nothing's right, nothing's wrong. It's what you want.
What your choice is, isn't it?
Yeah.
How you want to operate your business, how you want to operate your school.
Yeah.
So, Alfie, sorry, Gavin. One of the things I know our listeners will want to hear about. Can you tell us about some of the, you mentioned Nasty Anderson already. Who are some of the other great competitors and some of the great bouts you've been engaged with?
Okay, it's kind of weird that because this question gets asked quite a lot, and the answer is different most times because if I come and say, okay, you asked a question a couple of years ago, I said Kevin Bruton, but we competed so much against we fought that much, and plus there was an issue there because I'd left Lau because of Jeremy out. I left Lau. Not going to go into politics. Not going to do that no more. You see all the time. I left Lau. I moved on, and then I fought into freestyle. So now the Lau didn't like me. So they used their fighters to compete against me. I want to beat me. And Kevin was allowed. I like Kevin Bruton.
We had Kevin on the show. We had Kevin on the show a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Yeah, a lot of respect for you as well.
He's a nice guy, Kevin, right? And we're good friends now. But at the time, we were the best of enemies. Best of enemies. Yeah. I remember one time, I was fighting the FSK. And here's what it was. Here's how severe it was. I was teaching the place. I'm from a black community, so almost my team is black. That's the end of it, right? So, and a toxic riots. Remember the riots?
Yep.
Okay. So from the riots, the bond becomes stronger because it's like a siege mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all there, and we train the Caribbean Centre. Next day, I said to my students, we're going to the FSK in Manchester. The Lau are going to be there. If we lose to the Lau team, I'm closing the club down. And I meant it, right? Because I wanted to show them, look, we've evolved, we've and it's all bollocks now because it's at the time, you're young, you're vibrant, you want to prove things. Now I don't want to prove nothing. I don't care what people think these days.
Yeah.
We go up there, and Kevin's there. I'm fighting Kevin in the individuals. And you wear that mask.
Yeah.
Right. So my thought was, I'm going to smash that mask into his face. So I kept hitting him with these shots. When he took his mask off, you see the eye sockets, all the shape on his face in fucking grace. You can see it on his face, the shape of the mask on his face where the indentation, so I smashed him. And then I fought Alvin Beatty, and Alvin Beatty is great. Alvin Beatty always beat Kevin, Alvin always beat Kevin. That's a fact, right? Never lost to Kevin because Alvin was straightforward and dynamic. He was straightforward and strong, Alvin. So Alvin comes to me and he says to me, hey, you're going to like this story. You're going to love the story again, right? Because you guys go on top. So I fought Alvin. And before I'm fighting Alvin, he comes alongside me. I don't talk. If I'm fighting in your division, don't talk to me. Don't come near me. I don't know you. I'm there to fight, not to socialise. I don't really talk unless you be friends. We club. So Alvin comes alongside me and he goes, blah, 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 blah. So I said, he's like, yeah, are you doing this? It's not yet. He said, I'm tired. That got my attention. He said, he'd be out that night to a nightclub. I thought, I'm going to fuck you now. I'm going to take you apart now because I know if I push you, you're going to break. So we fought. I loved Alvin. Even so, I'm a competitive, right? I would never be friends off the arena, but I'm friends now.
Yeah.
So I'm fighting him. Next week, he goes to the floor. I'm trying to bust him, biting all guys. He goes to me, what's wrong? I said, nothing, I'm gonna smash it. Anyway, we beat the Lau in the semi-finals. I guess we beat us in the finals. TAGB.
It is funny actually because I was having a chat to Kenny Waltman yesterday.
Lovely guy.
I know. And he was just talking about the good days and the Warriors, and the Warriors obviously were always the baddies, weren't they? And the TAGB were always the goodies. It was the Warriors that were getting people down, trying to bite their ear off and poke their eyes out, and and then the TAGB were always in their nice white suits, looking nice and prim.
The man in the white hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, there were some great days. That era. We look at martial arts now. That era was raw. It was honest. It was new, and it was exciting, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's nice now. Okay, look, there was the Warriors. I started that. The Warriors here. Do you know that?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, what it was, Bob Sykes, he was my student, and he starts the magazine, Martial Arts Illustrated. So Bob says to me, here's a story of martial arts. He says, he comes to the class, he goes, Bob being Bob. He never know he's being serious or he's joking. That's how Bob is. So he's chatting away. He said, I'm starting a martial arts magazine. Now, this guy next year said he's starting a martial arts magazine. And you think, okay. So I said, okay. He said, on the front page of the magazine. I said, okay, Bob. He said, come down for a photo shoot. I thought, okay. I didn't bother going down. Next thing, he got Kenny. And Kenny was on the first edition. That's how Kenny got the cover. But I wasn't bothered. But you undermine people who are close to you because they're close to you. Because you see there was people as opposed to publishers or this or that. So you miss out on how bright someone is or how much someone's got to give because they become the norm. And once the acceptable becomes the norm, you've lost your driving right because you're blind to what's in front, the beauty in front of you. I lost Bob. Yeah. Bob's a great guy. But anyway, the Warriors, I started the Freestyle Revolution. Guys, the first person to do freestyle in Great Britain, or so called.
Okay.
And we had Chris Bowie,
Bob,
Joe Tierney, Chris Williams, Neil Fagan, all these top fighters used to come to Liverpool once a week. I teach them freestyle, and they got to learn because of these things. And then we decided to get a team and go on a circuit. I had my own team at the time. I thought, okay, I'll go with this. But I'm more about my own club team. So we called the Warriors. And Joe Tierney, who I love to death, one of my best friends, he made the worst uniforms ever. Looked like Elvis Presley on crack.
The old Martech ones.
Yeah, but listen, these ones were terrible. Joe does a good job, but if you leave Joe's design to it, right, he's a good guy, but I don't like that style. But you know what? He's eventually, right, he made me loads of great stuff. But he was a great fight, Joe Tierney. Okay, here's a fight you want to hear about. Yes, I keep digressing. I apologize.
Okay.
There's this guy. I got to do Tiki Donovan.
Tiki Donovan,
okay.
Yeah.
Listen, he is the best coach ever in the entire world. He is the best coach. Tiki, his mindset, his understanding, is the way he breaks things out. There's nothing like Tiki. So I was fortunate to have to work with him or get taught by him on the England team, England Ruco team. And to get that team right, he had to fight for me to get on the team. Because Tiki wants to be on the team, but the powers are big because I was not karate. Get that shit. I was not karate, so therefore he can't go to our team. Tiki was open-minded, so we got another team. He was a really good guy. And the experience of training with him, under him, well, not with him, he's been stuck there when I was in the team, was it changed my perspective on a lot of things. So we go to there's a guy called Vic Charles.
Yes,
Yeah.
Not my favourite person. Okay. So we're actually spawned in squad training. So Vic Charles, I'm a threat to Vic. Even so I wasn't a threat, but I was a heavyweight. So I think he's seen me as like, who's equal into our squad. So we all sit down around the area and you get punched out. So Ticky picks me in and Charles, come out. Straight away, he did a side kick to me knee. He did a side. So I jumped on him and tried to smash him. It got stopped, like. But, you know, it's... I wasn't really bothered about politics, but everyone else was bothered. They see me as a rabid dog that no one could control because I had no association to look up to control me. So, as a consequence, they had to... Who did they talk about? Who did they go to about? Who was talked about? No one. You got to talk to Alfred himself. So that was the issue. So anyway, I had a great time with Tiggy. We ended up going to Budapest. I think Budapest or Hungary for the World Cup was. It's like my second comp in the team. I think second comp in the team. So I had this Japanese guy. So I thought, great. This Japanese guy, Zuki, his name was. I don't know. So we're standing by this. There's like a big barrier around all the fighting areas. You can't enter. And so before you enter, you have to have a girl in front of you with a pole and the name of your country, and they walk you to the pole, to the raised areas.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're standing there, and this Zuki, he's not as tall as me. He's quite small to the truth, but obviously he was good. He was yoke weight. So he looks at me, and he starts doing all that. I look and think, oh, fuck you. I don't think I'm going to smash the bits. I start thinking nothing else, right? So we walk towards the platform, the area, and it's got stairs, 2 sets of stairs to your right, your left. So I'm standing there, he's standing there. So he's looking, this guy looking confident, you know. I'm 6 foot, and he's nowhere near us. He's looking confident, so I think this guy's got it going on. He's going to be a handful. So he gets up there, raised platform. Next thing, everyone's on it, because this guy is a superstar. I didn't know who he was, saying true. But that's no disrespect to him. That's me being ignorant of the karate world. So he gets up there. He comes out, and the way he bounces around. But the Japanese are on his mobile as the wrestlers. They kind of static there. But this guy lighting his feet in front of me. So I say, he tried to Ashibarai, a back leg sweep on my legal leg. So I thought, okay, I'll have that. So I think, okay, he's going to sweep again. He's going to come there with a reverse punch or a jab to come inside. That was a Japanese kind of thing. So he made that mistake. So he swept my legal leg with his back leg. As he swept me, I just spun around, bash, big no kick into his skull. He went down. He poleaxed. He's out cold. He got he had no foot pads on, so he got an operation for a few hours to save his life, which I regret.
Oh, bloody hell.
But by the time he know that, so I'm standing there. I don't look at me. Who's this guy? Because no one knows who I am. Who's this guy who's knocked this guy out? And if I was in the party later, I knew these guys going to me. Well, the Japanese are funny. Japanese wouldn't talk before. Coming over to me, I have to go, oh, what style? I'm looking, thinking, they want to talk before, we want to talk now. I'm thinking, right? So I said, freestyle. So scurry off, start talking Japanese, come back, whoa! It's like that. I'm thinking, what I'm saying to him, like, it's a good experience with Tiggy. As I say, to this day, I still consider him a friend and also an inspiration, a good guy. And also, I've got loads of good friends. Have you heard Terry O'Neill?
Sorry?
Terry O'Neill, have you heard of him?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, Terry you see him fight?
No, never had the pleasure, unfortunately.
It is a pleasure. Let me tell you one thing, right? Terry could do it. He could do it in the streets. And one time I was out in a club and walking down the stairs of the glass place, And Terry got these 3 guys in front of him. I didn't know later rugby players. And he recognized Terry, something very down there. He wasn't my fight, but I didn't know Terry at the time, but I knew he was. So I was getting down there. I see him, bash, 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 the same leg, knocked them all out. I thought, that's how it is done. Done.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Shame we didn't have mobile phones to film it back in them days.
Oh, he'd get locked up.
I'll tell you what, Alfie, this is absolutely awesome. But we are drawing to a close because we try and keep the episodes to about 45 minutes maximum. So there's no doubt we've got to get you back on.
Okay.
One of the things we always ask our guests, and you know, it's interesting because martial arts it's not something you do today and you get out of it. A lot of people dip in and dip out. Yeah. But for me and you, it's a lifestyle. It's part of our life. It's like a religion, isn't it?
Yeah,
and it's a journey. Yeah. Exactly. So, given the journey that you've been on in life now, and you know, I think we've only just touched the tip of the iceberg in this 45 minutes. What advice would you give now, having been on that journey, to a younger you? If you could go back 30, 40 years, what advice would you give to a younger you now?
I'd say make the same mistakes because it made me who I am.
Okay.
Be good or bad, make them, but it makes you who you are. If I get the cake, you get a cake, and you eat one bit of ingredients out, that cake tastes different. It's a different cake. So I am what I am because it's good or bad, right? And I've done a lot of things I should have done. I admit that. But I don't regret not. I have no regrets. I'm that cold. I have no regrets because I'm 58 years of age. 58 years. And the things I've done at the age of 20 is a different person. So I can't have regrets over him. That's how you got to look upon it. How old are you guys now? Are you guys 50 odd?
46.
45.
Okay. So 45, right. When you say at 20, you're a different person.
Of course, it's
totally
it's a different lifetime, isn't it? Different lifetime again.
So how can you be responsible for what you've done? You can't live in purgatory. Guilt is purgatory. I don't believe in purgatory. I don't believe it. If I've done it, I've done it. Do I regret it? No. Should I have done it? No. But I don't regret it because I've done it. I don't believe in regrets. I really don't. And I'm kind of cold that way. But also, I've got love in my heart. I've got a lot of love in my heart. So I'm a conflict, guys. I'm a conflict. I don't believe in regrets. I've done bad things, but I love people. But I love to smash people in the face as a cheeky.
It's
funny like a true fighter.
Yeah. but I think it's great advice though, because the thing is, so many people these days, the sort of snowflake society, if you like, they're so scared to make mistakes because they think they're going to look bad or they're going to look. But it's so important. We have this conversation with a lot of our guests. So the importance of making mistakes. We all make mistakes, but you've got to put yourself out there. You've got to not be frightened. If you've got a dream or you've got an ambition or you want to achieve something, just go and do it. And if you fail, so what? Put yourself back up and carry on. Don't be scared to make mistakes and don't be scared to fail because, you know, you've got to go through that journey, haven't you?
Without that journey, you know what? You've got to suffer to raise anything that moves forward. Every step of evolution, there's a crisis, there's a revolution. Yep. And then times that you evolve in that crisis and revolution. So make your mistakes, live through your mistakes, have no regrets, I'm a repeat offender. I'm a repeat offender. And you say, then you do that again, and you do it again. Because it's who we are. Nature is like that. And like people say, I'm not like that, and then do that again. The lion. It's an impossibility to stop repeat offending. People go, oh, I'm wrong. Yeah, you're wrong. But it's who you are, unfortunately. And try and change who you are. You might as well cut your wrist.
It's not an easy thing, is it?
No. Why should you change who you are to accommodate how society perceives people? No. You've got to live your life and get back your life. Your life. And if you start living for somebody else, they own you. So I'm no slave, brother. I'm me. I'm my own man. If I make a mistake, I stand on it. If I do something right, I stand on it. I take the bad with the good. But what most important thing though is those who deserve respect, give them respect. And also, those who deserve love, give love. Those you don't like, don't hate them. I don't hate no one. That's a fact. But I would never spend time with them. Years ago, right?
Spend time. Yeah, no, that's very, very good advice, Alfie. Really is. Right, sir. Do you know what? We could sit here all afternoon talking like this because I'm in my element now. But we're gonna call it, yeah. And then next time we get you on, we're gonna do part 2, and I can see a part 3 and 4 most definitely.
Listen,
so Alfie Lewis, thank you very much for coming on today.
Listen, brothers. Listen, have a great day. Lots of love, and do what you keep doing. Keep spreading the knowledge, okay, and love, okay.
Yeah, thanks, okay. Alfie. Like I say, it's been a while getting you on, but we're so glad we got you on finally. So
don't worry, guys.
All right, take care.
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your listening platform. It would be awesome if you could also leave us a review. We really appreciate your valued feedback.
Also, check out our website, themotivatedmartialartist.com. We also have a YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook page, and Facebook group. All the links are available on the show notes below.
We'd like to thank again our show sponsors, skillsconnect.co.uk, the world's leading children's development programme for martial arts. If you're a martial arts school owner or instructor and are looking for some inspiration, ideas or drills for your children's classes, make sure you check the skills out.